Hi, boys and girls, it's Mrs. Glover, and you just got done listening to the story, Who'll Pull Santa's Sleigh Tonight? And so I have a couple of written response questions that I want to go over with you and model how you should write them. And so the first question says, what happened to the reindeer right before Christmas? So I want to pay attention to the question, and it's asking what happened. And I want to find out what happened right before Christmas. So not at the end of the story, but right before Christmas. So that's going to be at the beginning of the story. But I'm going to go back in the book and look and make sure that I can answer this correctly. And it also tells me to use some details. So I want to make sure I look for those. So I'm going to go back. And here on this page, I see that Santa and Mrs. Claus are getting ready to go get the reindeer to go tell them that it's time to go. So that's right before Christmas. And when they approach their little house where the reindeer live, they see the windows are blown out and you hear a loud achoo. And so it looks like they are probably sick. And so I'm going to go to the next page and see what that page says. And it says on the next page that, let me get there, that they all have colds and they're all sick in bed. So I know that the reindeer have gotten sick with colds. So now I'm ready to go back and answer my question, and I can say the reindeer are sick and can't pull the sleigh. And my detail is they have colds. Okay? So that's how I would answer my first question. The second question that I have says, why did Mrs. Claus make the reindeer hot cocoa? Use the detail in your answer. So again, I'm going to go back in the book and look, and I'm going to pay attention to my question. It says, why did she make the reindeer hot cocoa? So let's go find out why she made them hot cocoa. Well, I was looking through, and on this page, right before she made the hot cocoa, this page says that she made Santa some hot cocoa first, and he sipped it and he said, he said, this always makes me feel good as new. Santa and Mrs. Claus looked at each other. I have an idea, said Santa. And so right here, it says that hot cocoa always makes Santa feel good as new. So I think that Santa's idea is to make the reindeer hot cocoa, and hopefully it will make them feel good as well, so that maybe they can pull the sleigh that night. So let's go to the next page after that and see what happens. And this page talks about how the reindeer stopped sniffling, they stopped sneezing, they looked much better, and they were ready to fly. Hot cocoa saved the day, Mrs. Claus said. So I think I found my answer for that question. And so to answer why did Mrs. Claus make the reindeer hot cocoa, I'm going to say Mrs. Claus made, oops, I've spelled Mrs. Claus wrong, made the reindeer hot cocoa to make them feel better. It always makes Santa feel better. And that's my detail, that she made them hot cocoa because it always made Santa feel better, so she was hoping it would make the reindeer feel better as well. And as you read along, you find out that that actually did work for them. So that is how I would answer those two questions. And so I want you guys to start to be able to answer written responses that way. Good luck when you're listening to these stories and trying to write your own written responses. Thank you.